Hello everyone, Daryl here from Bevins Bricks World, and I wanted to show you this awesome micro scale RC car I recently got from SNT. This is the Sniclo Turbo Micro FPV car. Let's jump in and rip this baby out of the box because I can't wait to get a look at this. I have to say I was a bit shocked that this comes with a VR headset. When they originally contacted me, I thought it was just the RC car with a camera and remote control, and I just assumed that you would put an SD card somewhere into the car. But nope, we have a full VR headset, we have the remote control, we have the micro scale RC car, we have a video output, and we also have the camera. The camera, personally, in my opinion, the camera quality is really good, although I have not tried to use the recording port for the SD card yet. You also get two charging cables. One of the charging cables is for the car and the remote control, and the other charging cable, well, it's for the VR headset. Looking closer at the headset, you can see you have a audio output jack, you have the charging port, which is a USB port, and you also have the SD port. What you do is you select the band you want to drive the car on, you can change the channel, you can even search for your car. You have the manual on-off power switch, and then you have the record button, which is where the SD card goes in there. Again, I have not tried this particular option just yet, but man, is it really cool. To install the camera, the little top of the car is just got a little magnetic cover that goes onto it, and you simply take the camera and it just magnetically holds the camera onto the car. Then we'll turn the car on, and you'll notice the lights start flashing, and what it is it's looking for the remote control. So now we have to turn on the remote control, and it'll actually find itself, but there is another button on it you can push if it doesn't automatically find itself. Now that we've had a good look at everything, let's actually have some fun and drive it through what I have for my Lego City. Something I do want to point out is everything was fully charged right out of the box, although you can see the charge was not very good because we only have one bar left on the display screen. And what I'm actually doing is, for this video purpose anyway, I'm showing you how it actually looks in the VR screen. So everything that you are seeing is with my camera looking at the VR screen. It is actually a much more unique and clearer image when you have the VR headset on because, I mean, it looks like you're in some type of stadium or like you're physically in the car. So I can't really give you that exact feel, but this was the best thing I could do, was to put the camera in the VR headset to give you kind of a first-hand look of what it would be like if you were wearing it and driving it around your city. Something else I want to point out that you may or may not have noticed, anytime you hit a hard bump, and this is probably due to the fact that the camera is held on only by magnets, you'll notice that you'll get like a little bit of a static or so going across the screen. And my assumption is because it is only held on by a magnet with a hard bump like that, it probably makes you lose a little bit of connection on that magnetic port that's on the top for the camera. Something else I'll happily note is I suck at driving this. I don't know if it would be easier with the headset on, but it was really, for me anyway, it seemed like it was very difficult to try and maintain control. Part of it is simply that I am driving this for the first time while making this video, so I'm sure over time with playing with it and driving it, I will get better at it. At least I would hope anyway. But this car goes so fast and the steering is very responsive, so it's going to take me, I mean, I would say it would take anybody a lot of time to get used to it. Another thing worth noting, if you have the VR headset on, you may or may not notice on the front bumper or the front ram bar, if you will, of the car, every time I'm turning it, you'll notice if I'm turning to the right, I get a little bit of a red light to the right, or like in this particular case, you just notice I was getting the red light to the left. And what that is, it's to indicate to you which way you are turning the steering wheel. So not only do you have the actual steering wheel in your hand and you can feel which way you're turning it, but you can also get the visual effect of the light changing colors to let you know which way you actually have the steering wheel directed while you're driving it with the headset on, which I think will end up being a very valuable tool when I finally put the headset on and get to play with it and get more streets in my city, which now having this car, I cannot wait to expand my city just so I can whip around and drive it around. I also can't wait until I put a SD card somewhere in the recording port so I can get some actual footage and see what that footage will look like when I upload it. So it'll be the full size of the screen instead of it just being a screen in a screen. I almost forgot to mention, this also comes with a little racing mat. Now again, as I said earlier, I obviously suck at driving this thing, but I'm sure with a little practice I can get it down. At slower speeds, I can maintain it pretty well, but anytime I try to give it full throttle, this thing just whips around so quickly, I just cannot keep it on the mat and under control. But if you like everything that I've showed you, what I actually have is the SNT Q25 Jeep, and this retails for $39.99, and you can purchase this on the SNT website, and I will put a link for their website down below in the description and comments of this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Bevins Bricks World.